The fear of recession is mounting in the United States.
Where do you peg the probability of a recession?
Right now, it's, let's say by year end, I'd say about 50-50. It's pretty close.
In June 2022, the World Bank slashed its global growth forecast to 2.9%, warning that several countries could fall into recession.
I think there's a lot of fear just around how it's going to play out, how long it's going to be, and how deep it's going to be.
Well, I think the pain tends to be kind of concentrated in the victims of the recession, but none of us can be completely sure that we or our families are not going to be among those victims.
Recessions also often impact the valuation of other asset classes, like the value of your house or the value of your car. And last but not least, it's that really most important one, that increase in the unemployment rate, where people really fear that they could lose a job and thus lose income.
I do believe recessions are really inevitable. I believe that the economic cycle exists.
But some believe that this isn't all bad news.
Some investors, they look at recessions as opportunities. This is an opportunity to buy this asset that's now on sale, and now it's at fair value. I think it's really important to just understand the mechanics, because I think when you do, knowledge is power, information is power, and then you can start to be able to seize the moment.
So why do recessions happen, and are they an inevitable part of the American economy? The National Bureau of Economic Research defines a recession as a significant decline in economic activity that's spread across the economy and lasts more than a few months. It's been synonymous with major economic pain felt by businesses and consumers alike. The Congressional Research Service cites three main causes of a recession. The first is an overheated economy.
When economists talk about the economy overheating, they mean that demand in the economy is growing faster than the ability of the supply side of the economy to satisfy it. And that can be because we just can't produce enough stuff, or it can be because we don't have enough workers.
A hot spike in inflation, alongside a dip in the unemployment rate, could signal that the economy may be overheating. Every recession but one since World War II has seen an inflation hike right before the start of the downturn. And nearly every recession since World War II saw the unemployment rate fall to 5% or lower.
When unemployment gets really low, it means that there's not really very many available workers for firms to hire. And if firms can't find workers to hire, then they have to start bidding up wages. As they start paying people have more income with which to buy goods and services. More income buying goods and services tends to push up the prices of goods and services. So you get a positive feedback between wages moving higher, pushes prices higher, pushes wages higher, pushes prices higher. And if the Federal Reserve didn't intervene by inducing a recession and raising interest rates, that spiral would get stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually you'd have inflation running away and really getting out of control.
Asset bubbles can be another direct cause. The recession of 2001 was primarily caused by the dot-com bubble burst of 2000, while the Great Recession occurred just after the crash of the housing market.
Asset prices, whether they're stock prices or house prices, go up a lot and they exceed the fundamentals, and then suddenly they come down abruptly. That has a big negative effect on the economy, particularly if people have borrowed to buy those assets.
When that happens, people find out that they're not as wealthy as they thought that they were. And when you find out that you're not as wealthy as you thought that you are, you cut back on your spending. And as you cut back on your spending, that decreases demand in the economy, and it slows the economy down, and enough of it can cause a recession.